Hello viewers, my name is Desmond and this is the Plus TV. With me here I'm having Pastor Shola, the lead pastor of the Plus Church, and Helena, one of the vibrant leaders in the Plus Church. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about sex and relationship, how people go into relationship and the issues they face, one of the biggest challenges they face in relationship. Some people go into relationship because of sex. Others go into relationship because they feel that in the long run it's going to lead to marriage. And we're asking Pastor Shola that now, do you think it's proper for a youth to be in a relationship?
Okay, once again, welcome viewers. The question you put before me is a very good question, and I believe that it's okay. And earlier I actually said, when you say youth, I believe you mean a young adult. And by that, I feel it's okay, it's acceptable.
So, how long do you think one should be in a relationship before marriage? And perhaps sometimes when we're in a relationship, sex comes up, which is usually wrong. But these things these days can't be avoided. Like most youth can't do without it. Like they go into sex and stuff. What do you think? What do you think is the best advice for our youth out there?
Okay, first of all, your question actually has two sides. The first one is how long should somebody date or be in a relationship before there is marriage? There is no hard and fast rule to how long an individual or a relationship should run. When two individuals come together and they decide to have a relationship that is working towards marriage, I believe when these individuals come to the realization they feel this relationship should go to the next level, it has matured, and they believe that they can actually handle marriage, then I think it's okay. For some people that could be well advanced in age, we've seen people that dated for 3 months and they got married. We've seen 6 months and they got married. In both cases, till date, some of these marriages actually were successful. So we cannot actually put a time frame to it. Whereas I've seen people that dated for 9 years and they didn't get married. They dated for 9 years or so, and after they married, they still had issues. So the length of it does not mean the quality of it sometimes. Then back to the second question, I'll quickly talk about that. We talked about sex and its involvement in relationship, talking about how seeming unavoidable it could be. First of all, sex can be avoided in the sense that when someone is in a relationship without sex is a possibility. The first thing you as an individual must come to realize is it is possible. When you think it's not possible, then it's impossible. When you think it's possible, then it's possible. But not only do you have to think it's possible, you have to look at the benefits of enjoying a relationship without sex. And back to your question, the first question you asked, that's also why we do not sometimes encourage too long relationship, because temptations can actually keep setting in. So it's not advisable for you to date for too long. Neither is it advisable for you to date for a short time. There should be moderation in the time of dating.
Well, Pastor Shola, our youth these days, they actually think sex interest. So what do you have to say about it? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's the truth?
First of all, thanks again for that question. And it's a question I hear a lot, that when we have sex, we bond, it ties us together, it makes us united like a cementing of our relationship. It gets us stronger, it makes us love ourselves more. But there's nothing that can be farther away from the truth than that. Sex in marriage, yes, makes people stronger. Sex in any relationship outside marriage does the exact opposite to that. When two people are married and they happen to have sex in the covenant of marriage, it binds the husband and the wife, it brings them together, and it enforces strength. When two people are in a relationship that is not marriage bound and they have sex in that relationship, it builds distrust. Let me give you an example. When a woman enters a relationship with a guy and they happen to have sex, the guy starts questioning something at the back of his mind. He starts thinking that if this girl can do this with me, then she can do it with any other person. A statement and a quotation I like so much is, if somebody steals for you, the person will eventually steal from you. If somebody lies for you, the person will eventually lie to you. So when someone has sex with you without any commitment, it makes you feel like they are not committed to each other. So this person is having sex with you. That means this lady or this guy could as well have sex with someone else she's not committed to. It's like eating the package before the goods.
I have one more question. And my question goes to Pastor Shola. Well, aside from sex, we have like the kissing and other touching that people do, that young people do in relationships.
Okay.
Even if it's not sex, do you think it's wrong? Or because these are things that are bound to happen? Though. So what do you say is wrong?
Okay, you know, a lot of people ask me questions. They say, how far is too far? Or, excuse me, they also say, when does sex start? When do we know we've had sex? Okay, I'm kissing now, that means it's not sex. I'm touching now, that means it's not sex. I'm doing all this and that means it's not sex. And for young people, it's a very controversial thing sometimes. Because how do we draw the lines? There is something I want to say, but it's a bit, I've said this one time in church, and I used a colloquial language, and I'll try to say it in our colloquial language, then I'll explain it in English, because it's something that really makes sense when spoken in the colloquial language. There's this proverb that says that what you are not going to eat, you should not take it to your nose and smell it and keep smelling it. You know you are not going to eat it. Why are you now smelling it? Why are you sniffing it? Trying to know the taste. But you know you are not going to eat it eventually. The truth is this. Sex, what we call kissing, caressing, touching, in English is known as foreplay. Men are different from animals. Man is the only creature on earth that does foreplay. You see a dog wants to have intercourse with another dog, they do foreplay. They're just sexual intercourse. But when it comes to man or the human race, there is what we call foreplay. Those things were put there to either get the next person in the mood for sex. It was not put there in itself. It was put there in the mood. It sets people in the mood. You kiss a lady, suddenly some hormones flows through her body. She starts feeling what we call in street language, grish. You know, you touch her on sensitive parts. Suddenly, she's aroused. And the danger of this thing is this. Arousal was put there to get us ready for sex. Now, the argument here is not whether it is a sin or not. If you notice, I'm not saying that. But it's like starting an engine. You rev it. I'm making that sound. You rev it again. And you keep revving. But you never actually accelerate. Sorry.
Cut that please.
Okay. It's like revving an engine. You know when drivers in all these race cars actually drive, sometimes you hear them rev the engine, you know, they raise it. But imagine you keep revving an engine, but you never drive it. What's the benefit? Or, I like to say this for a very short illustration. You know, sometimes we fast, and we wait on God, we want to fast for the whole day. Then imagine we are going on a fast for the whole day, morning till 9 p.m. and you cook 9 a.m. what you are going to eat 10 p.m. at night, and you put it right before your eyes, and you are sniffing it. You see that rice or that jollof rice with the chicken, and then all day, and you are looking at that rice. What's the probability that you will wait till 10 p.m. before you eat that rice? You know what you just say? Let me just see how this thing smells. It's not so beautiful. Can I see just one grain of rice? Let's see. I'm sure mommy did not put salt. I'm sure she didn't put the right seasoning. Let me just make sure. I just want to make sure. You did on. She tried, but now let's see. I'm sure. You won't even know what will happen. You would have finished the whole thing, and you find out that what you set out to do 9 a.m. you will not even be able to wait till maybe 10 a.m. So usually what we do that makes sense is this: if you know you are going to break your fast like 10 p.m., then you start preparing what you will eat perhaps around 9 p.m. so that by the time you are breaking your fast, you also have your meal ready. So it makes sense. You have to plan, you have to wait till you're ready, then around the time when you know you want to get into marriage, then you set out.
Alright viewers, thanks for joining us on this episode. You can drop your feedback on our YouTube channel, The Plus TV.